Thanks for watching Beyond the Brick. Show off your LEGO fandom with our brand new merch line. Link in the description. Now enjoy the video. Hey everyone, Joshua Hanlon here, and today I'm in the LEGO house, and we've got this great display of LEGO Ideas designs from over the years, and we have Hassan here from LEGO Ideas team who's going to take us through and talk about kind of the backstory and what makes all of these designs unique and what they have in common.
First of all, thank you very much for having me. It's a real pleasure, and it's great to see you again. So this display came about as part of our celebrations to celebrate 10 years of crowdsourcing with LEGO Ideas and LEGO Kuzo in the past. Everything that you see here before you, these are all models that reached 10,000 supporters through our entire history. And unfortunately, though, these were models that were not selected for production. So part of this was really a way for us to celebrate many of these models and fan designers who had put in many hours and weeks and months of effort into these models. And it's personally, it is super exciting to be actually here seeing these models in real life, because otherwise, I've only ever seen these models digitally on the LEGO Ideas website.
Okay. So you wanted to really, kind of give some focus to the fact that, not all these models, even though they reach 10,000 votes, they don't all become official sets, but there's still some really talented builders doing some great work out there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's incredible how much talent there really is. And we can only show a small fraction of that sort of officially through LEGO Ideas, right? So this was a great way to give some of these models a second life. And I think it's really been worth it coming down here and seeing some of the fans' reactions to seeing these models and really sort of getting hyped about these models again. So it's great to see all the reactions.
So did the builders of each model come out to the LEGO house and install them, or what was that process like to get the builds here?
So we reached out a few months ago to a number of these fan designers who had reached 10,000. And the ones that were selected for the display, because we also had some restrictions on how many models we could display, because as you can see here, all the display cases, they are full up, and the displays are only of a certain size. So some of the earlier ones that were really big, we wouldn't unfortunately be able to have them as part of this. But essentially, most fans, they would ship their models to us here in the LEGO house. But otherwise, we had a couple of members, including Hugh Scandrett, who came all the way from Boston, who hand-delivered his Addams Family mansion, as well as Ryan Taggart, who brought his modular construction site from the UK. And then we had actually the Gilmore Girls set here from Arne Janke, who brought it from Germany. And let me see, one more member who was Yvonne Strybos from the Holland, who came up with her Quest Builder model. So I mean, it's really awesome to also have met some of our members in person and been able to have a chat with them, because it's not really something we always get the chance to do. So that's really cool. And we have had one other fan designer who came in for the display after it was set up, who was a guy called Andrew Harkins, who built the space shuttle back there.
Yeah. And something you mentioned earlier when we were talking was that some of these builds, this is the first time that they've been built in physical bricks, right?
Absolutely. That's also super fascinating to see, because I think it's presented a challenge to the fan designers as well, seeing as they've only ever, some of them have only ever built it in LEGO Digital Designer or whatever their tool of choice is. So it's great that they took on the challenge to build it over the summer and send us the model. So some of those include the vintage tram designed by Kevin Zetto. Some of you might know him, he was also the fan designer behind the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. Okay. And then the Lego Observatory, that was also only digital, built by a German fan of ours called Thomas Wosch. So yeah, it's great to see that it's also being selected to be part of this display has also inspired some of our members to actually, source the bricks and build the models. And once they get the models back, they'll be able to display it at home in their own, places.
For sure. So there's tons of great models on display here. If you had to choose one model that you really would have liked to become a set just because it's based on something you're a fan of or whatever, is there one you choose? While you think about that, I'll mention mine. I'm a huge fan of the Gilmore Girls TV show. So the cafe there, I think would have been a really awesome set. But that's just, I understand I'm a big fan, so not everyone has the same approach to it. But how about you? Is there anything here that was based on something you were previously a fan of or anything like that?
That is incredibly tough, incredibly tough, because there's so many good models. But I admittedly, I do personally, I love cars.
Okay.
So I think I would have to go with the Jeep Rubicon. It's pretty iconic. Yeah.
There you go. Well, maybe someday you could build it. Get some instructions from the builder and build that one yourself.
Maybe. Well, so I mean, it's the thing is with all of these models, right? I mean, even though we haven't been able to produce them at one point in time, it doesn't mean that people can't submit them again, and they could potentially. I mean, if they still fit our guidelines today, they can still get 10,000, and maybe it just fits into the business now. So you never know.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for kind of taking us down memory lane here, Hassan, with some of these older models throughout LEGO Ideas history. It's great to see these on display here, so I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.